There seems to be a large demand when it comes to endgame knowledge, whether it be when does it start, what does it look like, or how do I get myself the most prepared as I possibly can in order to get myself, very efficiently optimized and going as fast as I can into that endgame cycle. Well, today we're going to be talking about the top 5 things you must do before you hit endgame or you get into that endgame cycle, because a lot of people are starting to get to that point where they're going to start the first phase, which is the relic farming. And of course, the more we level up, the more people get higher than 40. This is going to be when more things starting to get unlocked. And with the mistakes I've made, because yes, I am at level 38 right now, almost at the tip of 40 where my endgame cycle is going to start. I've made a lot of these mistakes, and you don't want to end up like me, because I am not that prepared when it comes to actually hitting level 40. So you want to do this as early as you possibly can, and if you listen to these top 5 things, I think you're going to be doing just great. Now for the first one, it is going to sound weird, it is going to sound odd, but I promise you this is going to help in regards to building your team the right way, and also helping you when you get to those hard end game stages that you're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing in order to make it a lot easier to clear, and that is to build an actual team. Now a lot of people are probably looking at the screen like, what are you talking about? Like, there's just 4 characters on the screen, that's my team. No, a lot of teams are going to require specific roles in them in order to make it very optimized, make it efficient, making the skill point usage and I guess you say economy of the team very optimal, very easy to use, and it's going to allow you to beat content a lot easier, a lot faster. And this is basically what you need to know in regards to building a team. Now when you're making a team, there's 3 types of teams that you kind of want to make in order to either make farming efficient, make it simulate universe efficient, or make it Forgotten Hall efficient. And these top 3 team archetypes are going to be the ones that you kind of want to use. One of them being DPS, buffer, healer, shielder. Overall, a lot of survivability. The buffer is going to help the main DPS do a lot more damage and get what you need done. And then the second type is the DPS, sub DPS, buffer, and healer. Gets you a little bit of extra damage, is a little bit more farming oriented, is going to do a lot more damage, get waves of enemies finished and out of the way. So this is a little bit more farming oriented type of team. And then the last one is the DPS, buffer, healer. If your DPS is cracked out, if your DPS is doing a lot of damage, it is going to dish out the most damage and allow your team to survive for the limited amount of time that the enemy has to live before you nuke them down with your double buffers and your DPS. You kind of want to run these type of teams in order to get what you need done, whether it be Echoes of War, the simulated universe, Forgotten Hall, farming. A lot of these things are going to rely on you having the best team setup, and with these 3 teams you shouldn't have a problem in regards to actually getting yourself ready for endgame if you haven't already thought of that as well. But now let's go ahead and talk about the second thing, and this is very important because these characters are very well used in a lot of different teams, whether it be simulated universe or Forgotten Hall, which is level up the staples that are free to play. And this is amazing because a lot of the free to play units that they give you at the start are very good. In all honesty, you could level up all of the free to play units and you'll be just fine. These are some really good units, but there's some that just stand out so high, and they are used in almost every team. And these 3 characters are Fire MC, Natasha, and Asta. Now Fire MC is amazing because not only does he give a team wide shield, he has really good shield breaking on his fire attacks, and he's also to give shield on his normal attack as well. He just overall just allows your team to live for a lot longer time, giving you the team wide coverage. If you don't have Japard, is an absolutely amazing thing. For Natasha, of course, our only 4-star healer alongside the 5-star healer, which is Bailu. It's overall a fantastic and outstanding role that Natasha plays on the team, just because she's the only healer that is in the game that is not Bailu, and she's also able to help us out so much in keeping the team alive. She has cleanse, she's just so good in giving that team wide healing, giving the cleanse on her skill. It's just overall the full package. You do want to level her up for sure alongside Fire MC. And the last one is Asta. Now Asta, she provides a fat ton of utility in her kit. Not only does she buff speed on her ult, not only does she buff attack as well, she also is an amazing shield buster for fire damage. Yes, the shields that enemies have for fire damage are going to get absolutely obliterated if you level up Asta. So you do want to level up these 3 characters at most, because yes, these 3 characters are used in so many different teams. And when it comes to the Forgotten Hall, where you need 2 different teams to be able to cover the content, Fire MC and Natasha are amazing defensive options with whatever you have as well, being able to clear Forgotten Hall rooms, and also being able to clear Simulated Universe as well. These are widely used in all of those modes, and you want to level up these 3 characters for sure. Now the next thing that you want to know when it comes to endgame, and this is the thing that I am struggling on, this is the thing that I basically made the mistake of, because I'm not ready in terms of the crazy amount of resources that you possibly need when it comes to actually hitting that level 40 peak, or the level 40 level, where you're going to be unlocking a lot of these things, a lot of the higher traces, a lot of the relic stuff. this is going to be very important, which is use your energy efficiently. Now, when it comes to energy use, you want to make sure that you're using it all the time. Don't let it ever cap. Make sure to just do a quick grind of certain activities, and I'm going to be telling you which ones are the most efficient, which ones give you the best possible value when you're using it. And of course, Echoes of War is going to be number one. Is going to be your weekly bosses. It's going to give you the material that you need to unlock your traces and stuff like that. So you really want to make sure you're getting these done every week. And when you're done with the Echoes of War, you want to go for the Stagnant Shadows. The Stagnant Shadows are going to help you level up your team. You want to make sure to get these up, because even though you're not going to use them right now, you do want to make sure that you have it so that you're able to get your characters to level 60, you get it to level 50. Whenever you hit the next equilibrium, you're going to want these Stagnant Shadow materials in order to get that done really quickly. And right now, I'm not having enough Stagnant Shadow material in order to level up my staple units, my strong units, and you don't want to end up like me, because you're going to be pressured for time. With the limited amount of energy that you get per day, you're not going to have enough time, you're not going to have enough resources to level up your characters for when you finally hit the next equilibrium. So make sure to do that. And another thing as well is the trace material. Now, the trace material isn't as important because you can buy these from the free-to-play stores and stuff like that. But yes, if you've already done your Stagnant Shadows, you've basically got all your characters that you need to level up and all their materials, and then the Echoes of War are done, then the trace material is pretty good too, because you will be using a lot of this when it comes to going into the next equilibrium. Now, the things that you kind of don't want to waste your energy on unless you really need to is the Litecoin XP and the Character XP domains. These two different domains are not going to help as much because you get so much of this during missions, during level up rewards, during free-to-play shops. You're going to get a lot of these resources no matter what. So you shouldn't need to farm this as much as you have to. Only if your characters are not leveled up to the max in your equilibrium stage, then you can level it up and then use the energy to level yourself up to that point. But other than that, don't over grind on the XP and Litecoin stuff. You're going to get it no matter what from a lot of different sources, and when you do get it and when you do hit the next equilibrium, then you're going to get more value per energy for your XP and Litecoin XP. So make sure you don't spend it on that a crazy amount of, because you want to just wait until you like passively get it, and by the time that comes, you'll probably have enough to max out your entire team without having to spend a single energy for these two domains. Now, the next thing is a really big one, is you do not want to grind for relics. Relic grind is not that efficient. It's kind of a waste when it comes to actually getting your energy out and also using your energy, because at level 40 you are going to be guaranteed a 5-star relic, and these are the relics that you are going to want to aim for. These are the end game cycle relics, the end game content loop that you're going to be using and doing on a daily basis, dumping your energy in when you're done leveling up your characters in regards to traces and ascension. Don't waste your energy on this right now. For the most part, a lot of the free relics that you get from chests, a lot of the free relics that you get from, doing missions, these are going to be just fine until you hit to that point. You are going to be using a lot of these relics for the XP when you finally get to equilibrium level 40. I have not really leveled up any relics, and I've only been using the ones that they drop from chests, the ones you get from the shops, all that type of stuff, and I've been doing just fine. In all honesty, you don't have to worry about relics so much because the set boosts are honestly as good as they can be in regards to what the equilibrium you are, and this is going to help out regardless. You don't have to level up the relics that much. You don't have to get the craziest and complete set because you're going to end up discarding them in the future. So don't waste your energy on relics. Wait till you're level 40 and you'll be glad that I said that. And the last thing is, I do want to say this because a lot of you are either new to the gacha games or a lot of you are coming from another gacha game into this game, is don't rage summon or don't waste your summons on building pity, quote unquote. This game, of course, as other REHOO games or other Hoyoverse games, you don't want to spend your wishes unless you absolutely want the character. Now, there are situations where maybe 4 stars that you like, maybe 4 stars are there very good, like maybe Tingyun, Pella, a lot of these other 4 stars that you could possibly get. Yes, they might be great, but you always have a chance of getting them anyway, and the 5-star is really going to depend on either if you want them or not. If you like the character, that's usually the way you should go about it. If you're not going to have fun with that character, you probably shouldn't be summoning for it, because then you're wasting your wishes and then you're going to wish that you got another character when they come out. Of course, a lot of people are getting Sele early. A lot of people are getting Sele as their first 5-star, which is not a bad thing. She's an amazing character so far. But remember, there are going to be millions of other characters that are going to come out in the future for sure, and there might be one that you like a lot more, or there might be a character from a different damage type that you need, or the utility from another character that you want. There's going to be a lot of different things that come out. Don't be discouraged, don't be sad that a lot of people are getting characters that you don't have, or you know, they're beating stuff way faster because they have X character. Don't worry about this. This is a single player game. You're not racing against anyone. Have fun with the game. Try to save up your summons for when you want to use it for whatever character you want to have in the future. But that's pretty much it in regards to the top 5 things you must do or remember when it comes to endgame. A lot of these things may seem simple. A lot of these things might take some time and work because yes, the energy usage and making sure that you have all the ascension material is going to take a bit of time because of how limited the energy is. But you want to make sure that you're doing this as early as you possibly can, so you're not like me and you end up in the wrong place, in the wrong spot, at the worst spot right before you hit the end game cycle. But basically, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. Let me know if this helped you in any way, shape, or form. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See y'all in the next one, and peace.